Welcome to Shison 773. I wanted to go live today to kind of talk about a couple of fragrances that I picked up this week. So I picked up three different fragrances. So kind of wait to see if anybody decides to join the live or not. But I wanted two fragrances. I received or purchased Redbrook Parfums fragrance. Oh, how's it going? And then Bashan, definitely yes. To jump on here and honestly try to do a quick live because I don't know. I was thinking a fragrance that I purchased, and honestly it was on my mind and I wanted to talk about it because people about it and I didn't get any of the information that I thought was going to happen. So going on, I appreciate you joining. Drea, hey, what's going on? Um, like I said before, there are three fragrances that I want to talk about. The first one, I'm gonna go into it. So Redbrook Parfums, something that I wanted to grab because we all wanted to kind of get a piece of we wanted to get a piece of basically um Carlos's kind of worked on. So I ended up picking up this fragrance and wanted to kind of in this black box, and then you get 100 ml. It's $129, and when you open it up, it this card, and it shows Redbrook. And if you flip it on the back, it has a whole bunch of different writing information, and then it talks about Carlos and Steven. Fragrance comes in like this. So when you get the fragrance, so I was asking questions about the fragrance prior to getting it, and then I also asked questions that everybody kept saying how this fragrance is absolutely like new, nobody's ever seen this before, and it threw me off completely. Um, thank you very much. That is actually my mom. Thank you. um, yeah, the fragrance bottle itself is very beautiful. But going on and smelling the fragrance. So for me, when you smell it out of the bottle, they're absolutely right. It doesn't smell like anything I've ever smelled before out of the bottle here. But the second that I spray it on skin, so you get this kind of, it's this weird dryness, which I seaweed note. So when you smell the note, it's kind of like this coppery or metallic and then seaweed note, and then you get this bergamot up top. And I was like, man, I know I've smelled this before. So I went through my and I found this Bond number 9, Wall Street. This is so it doesn't smell exactly like it, but it definitely kind of it smells very, very similar. Yeah, it still smells like Wall Street to me. I can't, you know, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So, hey, Mario, what's going on? Hey, what's up, Rob? So, on the other arm as well. So I did like a full wearing of both. And to be honest with you, I version of the fragrance. So this I do like this fragrance a lot, but this fragrance, you're probably not gonna like this fragrance. And that's kind of the honesty that I was looking for. It favor any other fragrance. Yes, yes, it does. It favors that fragrance. So that you know kind of threw me off a little bit. I wanted people to know what the fragrance smells like. So hey, Innocence, how's it going? Christina, thank you so much for joining. How you doing? Yeah, so going back to this fragrance, it starts off, it smells, you're getting choppy video. It should be fine. For the first time ever, I'm not getting choppy video. I don't know. Comcast was kind of acting pretty good today, so I figured I would. But okay, I see Tara. Thank you. She's listening. Oh wow, it's choppy on your end too. All right, Mario. Phew. Hopefully it gets a little bit. Not getting anything that's saying that it's not that it's bad or anything like that. So usually I would get that, but so now so smelling them on each they favor but they do not smell exactly the same. I would say somewhere around the 70% mark because of those two different notes that are in there. But if you don't like that metallic vibe in any of your fragrances, this is definitely not a fragrance that you want to get. But if you like metallic in your fragrances, then this is definitely a beautiful fragrance. I do like it. I wore it actually today, the whole day. I actually wore it yesterday as well. So I did like a double testing. And I definitely like the way that the Redbrook smells on my skin better than this one. So if you're looking for something that is pretty, I would definitely suggest picking this one up. It's $129. This lasts about a good, I think it was a good skin on my clothes. It was there the next day as well. So, okay. See, I was gonna say, D'Angelo, definitely the metallic vibe. If that's what you like, then you'll definitely love this fragrance up top as well. So I think it's a very decent fragrance to pick up. So fragrance that I picked up is from fragrance. Alexandria fragrances shows up in one of these boxes, and then the fragrance pops up like that. And the fragrance is called Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. So I kind of went crazy with the whole Carlos purchasing things that were similar with named in his name. This fragrance is supposed to be a dupe of. I don't know if anybody smelled Angel Share, but I actually got a chance to smell it, and so the reason why I wasn't impressed was because I have two fragrances that pretty much smell very. So this is going to give you the same vibes as Wajan from Parfums de Marley, the same vibes as Amber Tabak from Daniel Hossier. So you're going to get that cinnamon, like this boozy vibe. But it does smell good. Don't get me wrong, but has like this boozy note up top that's really nice. I think that it smells, I would probably say the original smells a little bit sweeter and it does smell a bit more boozy. Where it's not as sweet, but you get that boozy note up top. So um it really, really nice. So I think, yeah, what D'Angelo is saying is that he likes the Amber Tabak is probably one of the better, like boozy, ambery types of fall time weather fragrance, or even early spring, like now in Chicago, where it's like it was 60 and it was like 65 or something like that, or 66. And then all of a sudden it's like 40 degrees. Yeah, that's right. It does actually smell like 1 million Privé on the oh, sorry about that, Mario. So the one that it's cloning is Killian's Angel Share cloning. But honestly, it is a very good fragrance. I think for the price too, it's not that expensive. I think I got for 62.99 for 55 ml. You can get the 30 mls, I think, for 42.99. So not that bad. But yeah, just pick this one up, and the light that I picked up because I was so interested in getting this fragrance, only because this one at my local Nordstrom's, and this one is going to be Tom Ford's Bitter Peach, but this is, and if it focuses, there we go, Better Peach. And honestly, this smells way better than Bitter because Bitter Peach to me smells like just this regular run of, I would say it almost smells like one of those sprays that you get at Bed Bath and Beyond, or Bath and Body Works. You had like a spray of that. It almost smells like a super big burst of peach, but there's not too much bitterness. I mean, it's pretty peach, but it's not that good. Where this one, I think this one smells a lot better. I think Siri agreed. I'm gonna spray this one on my hand, and I really like this one a lot. This one actually, it also smells. It almost smells a little bit boozy, but it has like that candied peaches. I believe is some candy peach. It's boozy. It's actually very beautiful. Um, I get a good about 10 hours with this one as well. So I wore this one the first day I got it. So I was kind of like walking around like a good, I think I had like 5 fragrances on me on a Friday. So absolutely crazy. But this one's actually a pretty good fragrance. I really like this one. But those were my three pickups that I got this weekend. And I just was really, about that Redbrook fragrance. I wasn't sure if anybody else picked it up. I know that one of my subscribers taught what I thought about the fragrance itself, because she was so nice that she was going to give me the fragrance and purchase it already, which I thought was very, very kind. I really appreciate the kindness. But I had already in, and I was pretty excited. But again, like I said, the second I sprayed it, it was was not what I definitely Mario. Alexandria Fragrances has a lot of great longevity with the fragrances that they have. I noticed that you get more longevity sometimes than some of the fragrances that you purchase outright. I don't know what some of the fragrance companies are doing. Maybe they're doing that on purpose, where they don't give you a lot of juice, so 800 times, like some of these other people out here spraying. I mean, I spray a decent amount, but I'm not gonna. I know some people 20 times. I'm not doing that. That's like a quarter of your bottle. So, but you talk about some other fragrances as well. I know that I've spoken about them before, but Lush fragrances. So I was actually walking around the mall the other day and finally got a chance to get into my local Lush store. I'm at, they don't allow you to actually go in the store, which is crazy. They just kind of counter. If you want to smell fragrances, they'll spray them and give them to you, which I understand completely. But for the most part, you should they just put on some gloves and spray the fragrances for you. But I wanted to talk about some of the ones that I have. I know that I've spoken about some of these before, but I'm just gonna grab those right now. And so I know that I was actually talking about this particular fragrance with Amina in our live, and this one is Lord of Misrule. So this fragrance, I don't know what it is about this fragrance, but it is so good. Um, there's notes in here of black pepper, vanilla absolute, the anise. Trying to see what else is in this fragrance. It almost smells like a shikra, so that's like her favorite genre of fragrances. But um, there is something serious, even for a man to wear. Definitely D'Angelo. Lush fragrances are actually to obtain, except for, so I do have a fragrance that I know sold out, and honestly, I had to go state to go and get it, which was funny. I'll actually talk about that one. But Lord of Misrule is actually very, very nice. If you've never gotten a chance to check it out, I think you should definitely go to your local Lush. They will actually make you a sample of this as well. So of these fragrances, but this one's very beautiful. It's kind of sweet. It's also, but it's not overly sweet. Um, kind of smell there, and then I don't know. It almost smells like there's like some sort of amber as well, from what they're saying. And then also, like I said, the anise, the vanilla, the black pepper. I'm sure there's something else in here. Oh, there's patchouli oil. Oh, so this one is just, this is gorgeous. This is definitely gorgeous. But I think it was only somewhere. I think this ended up being like $50 or something like that for a 30 ml. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never checked out. You so much opinionated sense. I'll see you. Go ahead and pack up. The next fragrance that I want to talk about, it's in the line. And this one is so dope. It actually reminds me of another fragrance that I have. Oh, we meaning Amina and I also talked about this one. So is this one is it has this fizziness to the fragrance. So when you first spray it on, it it has this smoky smell. So there's another fragrance that I always associate with having a smokiness, too smoky and a soapy type of vibe. But Royal Oud is what it kind of it has that smoky smell in the top. So it's almost like somebody is smoking a cigarette or a sexy woman smoking a cigarette and she's wearing a beautiful long gown. For a man because this fragrance was technically created for a man. I forgot the whole story behind it. I think it was something like that, or either Prince or King Louis or something like that. But um, I also imagine suit, a really nice suit, but they're also smoking a cigarette, and they have like some sort of a soapy clean fragrance on. But you smell that the cigarette smoke, and then they're also drinking like a gin and tonic. That's what I imagine when I spray this particular fragrance. But ginger is so good. It is so fresh. It smells phenomenal on a man or a woman. Super sexy, easy to put on. If you've never gotten a chance to check that out, I would also give this one a try. Ginger, I think again is somewhere around the 50 $60 mark. 100 mls are a little bit more expensive. Those are in the $200 range, but I actually $100 range or the 100 ml for range, and that's Breath of God. So, so Breath of God is this smoky, lemony fragrance. So it's not for everybody. I would say this is definitely a try before you buy. This is such a strong fragrance. The first time I ever sprayed this, I'll go ahead and spray some more. Um, I am not going out anymore tonight, so this is so smoky and so lemony. So if you're into smoky fragrances, if you're into citrus, a very long smoky citrus fragrance that will last you all day long. I get it honestly close to 24 hours this fragrance, and it just pushes and projects. Of course, it's hitting my clothes, and that's where I'm getting that smell. But it smells so good to me. But it took me a while to get my nose to really enjoy the fragrance. So when I actually sprayed it the first time, I was like, nah, this is too much. So I would and then I would kind of like do one of these walks into it and say, I hope I didn't spray too much. And and luckily enough, I started to really get into the fragrance a little bit more. So that smoky citrus just really projects a lot. And I wouldn't wear this in the heat of the summer, but this is definitely a spring and fall type of fragrance. So I'm actually going to try to wear this week. That is Breath of God. And the fragrance that I wanted to talk about was one of my favorites. So um, I actually was checking out YouTube, and if you've ever seen Sebastian's channel, which is smelling great fragrances, this one is called Cardamom and Coffee. So this fragrance smells so good. I walk up to my fragrance cabinet and I just grab this fragrance sometimes to just smell it because of how beautiful it smells. The coffee note that's in here is so beautiful, and it's almost like perfect done, and that mix is just gorgeous. It's like you get this sweet, it's almost like a sweet coffee note that you're getting, which is almost pretty close to another fragrance that I talked about before, which was Cafe V from Olympic Orchids. Uh, Cafe V, this one is dope. Um, oh, okay. Hey, coffee fragrances are definitely super difficult sometimes if you're not into coffee fragrances. So, Angelo is definitely one that I think you should check out. I know that they're not always at every single, but I was lucky enough to. I was actually traveling to Wisconsin, and surprisingly enough, I found this fragrance. We jumped on it. So, but yeah, this cardamom coffee, I I love that just as much as I love Cafe V. So Cafe V, other coffee fragrance, is absolutely strong and beautiful as well. I don't know if um this at all. Yeah, D'Angelo, you definitely have to be in the mood for coffee fragrances, but coffee fragrances can be very, they could, sometimes kind of make you want them even more, um or less or whatever. But um let's see, what coffee fragrances yeah, um I was gonna say definitely want the coffee fragrances to be stripped down. Coffee kind of throws it off a bit, but I think there's a fragrance from kerosene. I can't remember the name of it. Smells like the coffee. If you've ever been in an IT environment and you see a coffee pot on, and then there's wasted sugar, and then there's also like the wasted creamer on the desk, coffee on the actual countertop, and that's what the fragrance, kerosene has that. And I was like, okay, it brought back a memory, but that's too crazy. That stinks. Like, to me, that always was a nasty smelling fragrance. Um, that's it. It's unknown. Yeah, I cannot get with that at all. Right, right, Drea. I'm telling you, you have to smell the fragrance to really like know what that smells like. It's horrible. Um, I smelled that the acro, but I haven't smelled it in so long. I don't remember what it smells like, to be honest with you. But what does that smell like? What does it have in it? Yeah, Mario, it old coffee, man. I cannot do it. It literally reminds me of a point in time in my life, that old coffee smell, and then all of the people that worked in that office smokes, so you get the smell of coffee and all the stuff that I described. It was that was a crazy memory because it took me back to a specific number of people that I worked with, and kind of some of the stuff that we talked about. That's why I was like, okay, let me not buy that fragrance. But I got a 5 ml from somebody in a fragrance group of that fragrance. But nonetheless, it was pretty crazy. Uh, oh, okay. So D'Angelo says that awake fragrance smells like straight up coffee. Okay. So sometimes coffee, honestly, I would love, if anything, you want something else to be around you when you have that coffee. And for me, I would rather smell something like in a coffee shop, but somebody else have they smelling fragrance on them, and that coffee note is kind of small. It's not that crazy. So my scent memory is crazy. Typically, that's why I said about as soon as I smelled that fragrance, it immediately took me back to 2007, picking up this fragrance in one of the local stores, and then talking to the guy about paying $220 at the time for the fragrance. So see how you know, it triggers every part of that. Loving the fact that the fragrance smelled so good, them wrapping the fragrance in paper and then boxing it up and giving time. So that's how my mind works. So that's why it smells exactly, that's why I said the Red Book fragrance has things in it that smell exactly like Bon. But I think that there was a nod to that anyways. I'm not sure if Carlos either worked on walls, if there was something that's I don't know, if there's something about wall, so that could be the case. Let's see. You all have any questions or anything that you maybe wanted to bring up? I was gonna say I kind of talk about that particular fragrance because it was kind of burning a hole in me that nobody wanted to bring up the fact that I'm okay with it. I like the fragrance better than that, but at least, tell me that a fragrance smells like that. Oh, that would be perfect to know. So, like I said before, somebody was asking, what is everybody wearing? So for me, like I wore this today, but so if you don't know what my regular, I wake up in the morning, take a shower, then I spray a fragrance on. So today I went for a father pat or his grandfather passed away last year on 3/28. So we decided to in the cold, it's the worst day ever to pick. Worst so in the cold, we ran 3.28 miles today, 28. So they were doing a memorial for his grandfather who actually served in the I think he was a Marine, but definitely a very, very cool individual from what told me about his grandfather and how he lives his life. So it's pretty dope. I died at about the good, I'd say like 2.76. My legs did not want to work anymore. And he was running, so he's a young buck, and I'm just trying to run as fast as possible. He's running almost as that fast ever. So um but I after I do my morning exercise, then I'll take another shower and then I'll put on something else. So I ended up peach, which was what I was wearing most of the afternoon. So um then I have to do like my night fragrance regimen, which is of course another shower, and then I have to change my fragrance again So not sure what I to wear, but I definitely don't want something that's going to be too loud. So it's probably going to be I want to talk about at some point. I'm just waiting for that. So that's from Dream House of Curious. Talking to him this past weekend, or past week, and he told me that he does have fragrances you can purchase now. They're just limited, but it's Dream House of Curio. If you search for that, you can actually fragrances from there. And then I think the other fragrances that he's gonna have out pretty soon, he will drill. So those will be available. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So while in my Instagram groups, I was talking to this awesome dude. His name is Houston, and his fragrance line is Behold Parfums. So we started talking, and he was telling me his line, and I was like, okay, well, cool. I'm definitely interested in checking out your fragrances. So the as are Behold Spiced Iris. Oh well, the name of the house is Behold. Sorry about it. It's Spiced Iris. There's Oxytocin Chocolate. There's Rose, and then let me kind of go through the notes because he sent me the notes, and I was like, whoa, whoa, these notes. Oh, so the notes for Rose, he said is a quite mature oil. So it's vanilla, bergamot, lily of the valley, berry, heliotrope. The mid notes are Bulgarian rose and broxton, lavender absolute, white musk, hedione, and then it has a base of cedar and patchouli. I was like, are you serious right now? So a rose fragrance that has all of those notes, kind of like wow. And they're extrait de parfums, they're 30 mLs. And if you follow on Instagram, and it's let me type it out really quick. So ARFUMS. So if you follow Behold Parfums on Instagram, count it to $45 for a 30 mil. That's an extrait de parfum. Um, the next fragrance is Spiced Iris. Is a top of lime, hedion, bergamot, iris, cassia, ozonic notes, marine accord, spiced vanilla tincture that's been aged for 6 months, has a base of patchouli and musk. So that one definitely caught my eye. That one. He said that one is very beautiful, but I believe he said that it has this bubble, iris and bubblegumish vibe. I'm like, I don't know about that. But I told him that I was so. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's going to send me a sample pack. But I actually did a small line buy. Um, and I will actually do another either if you guys want me to do a live, schedule a live and then just do a live sniffing of those, or I can do a video. So just let me know what you think and I'll do it. And then also, he was willing to come on and have me do pretty excited about that. So I'm pretty stoked about interviewing him. I'm very excited about the next fragrance is Musk Virilli. Hopefully I'm not butchering that, but it has satines or turpentines. That's weird. It has birch tar, civet, jasmine, heliotrope, oak moss, tonka bean, and amber. Then it has cedar, raspberry, ketones, ambergris, and coffee. Yeah, Mario. You know what that means. Little bit is kind of got them all. So for somebody that's small that is kind of doing them for $45, it's like dollars for 30 mils. I understand that. That's not bad at all. But when you get, it's like, okay, what's the quality of juice per what am I paying for? Am I paying for what am I paying for? If I'm paying for the juice and the juice is worth it, the juice is worth it. But if it's not, I've fragrances where I was like, this definitely is not my cup of tea. But I understand completely. And like I said, I believe he's going to give me a sample set. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably for that sample set that he's given me. So um, if you guys want me to, like I said, I can do a live and then I can do like a giveaway for that. So definitely myself. He said he's gonna ship them out tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited to get these. Nice. The last fragrance that he has, which this one blew my mind because type of fragrances that I love gourmands. Gourmands are everything to me. Um, oh yes, I said $45. Yes. That is what it is. 40 to follow him. If you don't follow him on IG, then you're gonna have an issue. Then you have to pay. I think it's $60. Follow on IG is nothing. So the last fragrance that he has is called oxytocin chocolate. So it has caramel, sweet cow in it. Then it has middle notes of ambergris, isoe super amber, and then it has blue musk and cognac. Blew my mind. I need that in my collection. I am super excited about that one. Like if I try because like I know if like the fragrance that you love or that you think you're gonna love good, it's like I don't know if I want to even try it. So if I want to even try the rest, but I'm really excited about it too. And I was asking him like any other perfumer, you ask them all the time, well, which one is the best? Perfumer says, well, all of them are the best. But um, from what he said, of course, the rose fragrance. I think the rose and iris, he said, leans a little bit thin. But for me, Oh, okay. D'Angelo, perfect. Yeah, if you reach out to him, I believe he does his stuff through Venmo, ways that you can pay as well. But once you do the payment, then again, he'll sit there and talk you through the whole process, let you know what's going on. But absolutely cool individual. Very happy that I ended up following. He also follows the channel as well, so I thought that was very dope. Um, but yeah, probably going to be the next video beside or next live slash video besides the Lulu and I. So Lulu and I should be live for sure this Tuesday. So you all, I'll make sure to have that out. Hey, Choice, what is going on from over the pond? Very nice to see you. Um, but yeah, no, that's really about it for the week. I almost came really close to picking up. I don't know if anybody saw this or not, but he was doing a deal on black tie. So black tie ended up being like 179, which I was like, should I buy it? And then I thought to myself, why would I already have 220 mls? It's a very, very potent fragrance. Um, and again, I mixture of the fragrance with two of the fragrances that I already have. But nonetheless, it is honestly a very good fragrance. I actually like the fragrance a lot. It can just be very strong and potent, like I said before. So um on fragrance one, if anybody's interested, it's still going on. I know it was like a 20 was Jeremy Fragrance's brother's birthday. So other than that, in fragrance news, don't know anything else. So oh, thank you so much for the camera quality um comment, Joyce. I appreciate it. um but yeah, that is really about all I have for today. No, this is actually, this one's a next ago. It's a probably like a while back. So if you, I know that any camera that's on your is trash. So if you have any computer, I would suggest buying yourself an external camera. I camera besides this one, but mine wasn't that expensive. Again, it's a Nexigo. It also has dual stereo um, audio, but I have my microphone as well that I purchased that I absolutely better audio quality. So it's really dope. But thank you all so much. Appreciate it. I was gonna say, um, other than that, check me out on, like, again, check us out because Lulu and I will definitely be on the live. It'll be a lot longer. It'll be a lot more lit. I know for sure because he's gonna probably talk about my tiny shirts. So, and then hopefully, Joyce, you can come in. Drea, thank you so much. Thank all of you all so much. I love the fact that y'all jump on and you're always good in the comments with me and just, you know, y'all are always like helping me grow this channel possible. So definitely appreciate you all. Till the next time, I will check y'all out later. Appreciate it, Mario. Take care, D'Angelo. Peace.